Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Back in 1951, yes, a long time ago now, but at that point there was a general election, and between them, Labour and the Conservatives managed to get 98% of the vote. We truly lived then in a two-party state. Since then, and virtually every year, there's been ups and downs, but the trend has been for reduction in the total votes for the two-party state. In 2024, they managed, between them, only 59% of the vote. And polling suggests, of course, that this is going to be even worse next time. And indeed, we're now at a state where we have effectively, four main and a half parties, four and a half party system. To this end, first past the post must fail. It cannot go on, can it? But with Reform, Labour and the Tories all polling roughly similar, 26, 23 and 20, and then 15 to the SNP. But also, the Greens are not much of, but still a force in terms of polling. And of course, to a lesser extreme, you have the SNP as well. So between the three main parties now, Reform, Labour and Conservatives, they are 75%, say, of the vote. And the other 25%, as I say, is predominantly Lib Dems, Greens and SNP. But since the SNP are limited to Scotland, we'll take them out of the equation for Westminster. Yes, they do have a few seats, but nothing strategically important. The result is, though, that we need to move to some kind of representational system, a proportional representational. But this fractional 4.5 way split that we have, it presents interesting opportunities and interesting divergences from the norm. Politics is no longer one-dimensional, and it's no longer a zero-sum game. In the old days, if there was a swing, it went from Labour to Tory or Tory to Labour. But now if someone from the Labour Party stops voting Labour, he has an interesting choice of 2 or 3 other parties. And they are making that decision, of course. Will it come to the point where one of the mainstream parties becomes the third party of Westminster? I think yes, and I think the very next election will be the first time it happens. And it will be horrendous for that party to have come third. But here's the thing. It could be even worse. It could be fourth. Can you imagine if, say, the Tories were the fourth party of government? There'd be a shake-up to hell, wouldn't there? Funding would be cut. They'd find, parties that have traditionally enjoyed very great largesse thanks to the taxpayer would find very little in Short's money going into their little coffers. They'd have to start hitting their members and sponsors much harder. It's interesting to see. Germany, of course, has an absolute rainbow coalition kind of thing. There's sort of 20 parties, some of them very small, of course, but they're all there and they're all legitimate. Will Britain go the same way? I think it might. I don't think it'll go the same way this time. 2029 will be a 3.5, 4-party state. Beyond that, who knows? It's we live in interesting times, is the Chinese proverb. But who wants to live in interesting times? I'd rather live in stable times. But hey ho. Labour used to guarantee the working class vote, but now they've proved themselves to be anything but, they are very much against the working class. They are the illegal immigrant vote. They are the feckless vote. They are not the party of the worker. Ironically, the business party is really now the party of the worker. But ultimately, of course, the party of the people is Reform. The party of the bonkers people are the Greens, and the party of the disaffected lefties who don't really want to vote Labour, well, they'll probably just go Lib Dem. But remember that Lib Dem are semi-Marxist as well, led by a man who enjoys putting a hobby horse up his bottom. We do live in a strange world. Anyway, let me know what you think. Thanks very much. Bye.